Well, if it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. Ow! What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys for stopping through. Jay Hunter Lee here. Want to first give a little quick announcement. A little quick announcement, just something quick. Not going to keep you guys too long. I have a contract interview tomorrow on cybersecurity. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock p.m. 9 o'clock a.m. So I'm going to get plenty of rest tonight because I want to make sure I'm on point. You guys understand what I'm saying? In the morning, so I can think right and all that good stuff. Get up early in the morning, drink my little cranberry juice, of course. And the day after that, Wednesday, after my interview, for contracting and cybersecurity, after that, I'm going to Busch Gardens and hang out with some friends of mine. We getting on everything because guess what? We choose to go during the week like this because we know everybody's at work. So we're going to be on a rise. Every roller coaster there is, I'm getting on it, just like I always do when I go to Busch Gardens. I'm very, very excited about that. Also, the day after that, I have a Zoom meeting with Fisker. You guys know about Fisker. I'm going to tell you guys what Fisker is. I want to give a shout out to Quintina Lee. Thank you for coming in. Quintina Lee in the house. Watch your mouth. And want to give a shout out to Erica Spotford hanging out over in Tampa. Watch your mouth. She's in the house too. Thank you, Erica Spotford, for coming in. Erica is actually watching on Facebook today. Normally she's watching on YouTube, but I want to give a shout out to those on YouTube watching, who's watching on Twitch, and who's also watching on LinkedIn. Thank you guys. Please do me a favor and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, folks. Like, share, and subscribe. If you don't mind, I would really much appreciate you guys doing that. It's coming up right up on the screen. Like, share, and subscribe. Please do that for me. I would greatly appreciate it. So Fisker is a electric car company. They're like Tesla, but they haven't done as much as Tesla because they're kind of like new to the market. If you guys remember a car called the Fisker Karma that came out in like the early 2000s, nice shaped car, it almost looked like a sports car in a sedan body, but it didn't do that well technology wise. So they went back to the drawing board and they came out with a new vehicle called the Fisker Ocean, which is a SUV. And from all the reviews I've seen on that, all of the YouTube videos I've seen on the Fisker Ocean, you guys can look that up, Fisker Ocean. The truck looks phenomenal, and it has it has a solar panel rooftop. So you driving around, and the sun is steady charging up to charge your vehicle. I don't know if it have a charging thing where you charge it up overnight or not. I don't know, but one thing I do know is it has a solar panel rooftop. That is amazing, folks. So we're looking to do a partnership with them for our city project over in Libya and Greece. So we're still getting vendors and stuff together for that project. So the project will be moving shortly. I don't know when. We're just waiting on the royal families to say, okay, let's get started. Give me a call. I go over there. We survey the lands and all that, the normal stuff, right? But listen, folks, we're going to have a conversation tonight. We are going to have a conversation tonight, and you guys, all you guys know what went on with the Will Smith and Chris Rock drama at the Oscars. Will Smith went up there, smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. It's out there. Everybody know it. There's so many different views on that, so many different opinions on it. Then a lot of the opinions that I've seen were biased opinions, and I'll explain to you why I see them as a lot of biased opinions in a second. But let me drink some of my cranberry juice first. Good stuff. So, folks, here we are. How did we get here, man? I mean, here's one thing I do want to start off this conversation with. Regardless if you guys thought it was fake or not, regardless if you guys felt that Will Smith was defending or protecting his wife, whether you believe or not that Chris Rock gets a hall pass because he's a comedian and this is what comedians do, regardless of what narrative you want to go with. But here's a narrative that I have not heard anybody speak of. Not even a narrative, but here's a fact that no one ever even need to speak about that I have seen is every time there is some great big drama that goes down like this, it has always been black people. Now, let's go with oh, it's fake. Let's go with that for a second, because I'm trying to go with every scenario possible in this one podcast. But I'm gonna try to get you guys in and out, okay? But let's go with the fact. I won't say the fact because I don't know if it's a fact. I don't believe it's a fact, but let's just say that. Let's just go with it's fake, which I don't believe it is. I heard the smack on TV. But let's just say it's fake. If it is fake, why do our people have to always be the ones that's being used to create the drama for the ratings? Why? This is some of the stuff I've been telling you guys for years, man. You got to understand who is behind all of it. Let me revert back to 2020 as I'm going to relate what I just said to something I want to bring up for 2020. When COVID first came out. COVID first came out. And Black folks were the biggest target for getting the shot. It was a big thing of Black people because of their melanin, which is true, by the way. Because of our melanin, most of us are vitamin D deficient. That's true. But it was used to scare the shit out of Black people. And I'm not making this about race, folks. Not making this about race. Well, regardless of what race you are, if you don't see what I'm getting ready to share with you, then you don't want to see it. Because you're supporting a narrative that's going on in your head. But let's keep it open. Let's be open. Let's call a spade a spade. When that came out, the target was to get as many Black people vaccinated as possible. Even y'all president, Joe Biden, before he was president, he said the first people should be vaccinated should be the Blacks and then the brown. Fact check me. Fact check me. And before COVID came out, they promoted something that is guaranteed to lower your immune system. They promoted that Popeye's chicken sandwich. That was highly promoted and was mostly sold. And you can check the facts on this, check the demographics, was in Black communities. Y'all tore them fucking Popeye's chicken sandwiches up. The sandwich has 55 chemicals in it and only this much chicken. Y'all was eating, I heard one brother say, y'all was eating a chemical sandwich with a little bit of chicken in it. Lower the hell out of your immune system. The next couple of months, COVID comes out. And then they tell y'all Black people should get vaccinated first. The same thing they did, if you want to say this is fake, the same thing they did in the Oscars. If the Oscars were hurting for ratings, money, or what have you, then who is better to be used to help bring up those ratings? Negroes. It's probably all, not probably, but I'm sure it's all over Black YouTube right now because we live for drama. If I have a variety of friends and connections, all races. Yeah, let me tell you something, folks. My own people, our own race is the only race that talks about drama the most. Everybody else is talking about generational wealth, education, inventions, technology, how they can make their family better. But us, we got a long ways to go. And we haven't even got started. And the reason why we haven't got started, because we spend too much time talking about side chicks and real niggas. Who smacked who? Who slept with who? Who's cheating on who? I mean, y'all make a big ass commotion and motherfucking making other people rich off of who slept with who. Fuck it. Everybody in a polygamous relationship. Y'all just scared to fact check it. I said it. So deal with it. Deal with the spade a spade. So the problem, folks, is we're so gullible, we fall for anything. And that's if you want to go with the narrative of it being fake, which I don't believe it is. But if it's being used, whether it's fake or not, to increase ratings or money or what have you, I'm just sick and tired of it being off the blacks and ignorance of Black folks. Now, I'm glad Erica just spoke up the entanglement situation because that's exactly where I was getting ready to go. Me looking at the video, the whole thing last night, Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett hair. She's been diagnosed with alopecia. And by the way, I'm pretty sure alopecia is going to be a new word to most people's vocabulary these days. They probably didn't know what the hell that was until last night. But that's neither here nor there. When he first made the joke, Will Smith was laughing. When he first said the joke, Will Smith was like this. Jada Pinkett wasn't laughing. So he thought it was funny. She didn't. And if I was a betting man, I would have betted that she manipulated him to do what he did. Everybody been hearing the stories of their relationship or their marriage. He has shown to be an emasculated man. He felt that he needed to do what he did for his wife. Okay, this is his wife. I get it. But I really, really doubt very seriously if he would if that he would have done that if that had been Dave Chappelle or Cat Williams, Mike Epps, because those guys would have threw some hands back at him. Everybody know Chris Rock wouldn't have done that. That ain't who he is. So good to see you, brother Evan Miller. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping through, Evan. And I'm getting ready to address Steve Wolf for a second. Steve Wolf said, I don't see it. I don't view it as black folk. I don't see color. I'm not making it about color. I'm making it about a culture thing in terms of us as African Americans. We buy drama. This is what we pay for. So I'm speaking of a cultural situation here, Steve Wolf. So the fact that I'm making, folks, is I've heard a lot of people speak on the fact that Chris Rock was out of place because he spoke about somebody's wife. Comedians speak about people's wives all the time, right? He said he brought his masculinity back to the public. And so with that being said, when you have a situation like this, right, and you have a woman who emasculate and manipulate you to do something out like that, everybody knows Will Smith is not an alpha. Everybody knows that. And this is not a shot at Will Smith. I'm a Will Smith fan. Ever since he came out with Parents Just Don't Understand. That's been my boy since then. But I'm not biased. I gotta speak what it is. So him making that choice to do what he did. And yeah, I just saw an article, he just apologized to Chris Rock. Okay, fine, great. That's up to Chris Rock if he wants to accept his apology. That ain't up to me. But here's what I want y'all to, when I speak of bias, this is what I mean by that. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. I've seen this amongst a lot of people as I take and listen to the views, because this is what I do. I'm a podcaster. I like to bring on my podcast, so I like to hear the public's opinion of things. And I keep note too. I keep note. And I'm going to show you why I keep note. A lot of people I've seen, when I say I keep notes, sometimes I write this shit down. And I write down who said certain things. Because in case I have to come back and forth with these people later, I got notes, I got receipts to say something, to bring up something that they said. But here's why. There are a lot of people I've seen make a reference to Chris Rock being a comedian is no excuse. He doesn't get a hall pass because he's a comedian. He can't hide behind the fact that he's a comedian to say what he said. Okay? So Chris Rock didn't get a hall pass for being a comedian for doing what comedians do. But I've had notes of a lot of these same people, because I did the same note a couple of years ago. Same people spoke differently when Gayle King interviewed Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant. And when she spoke up about Kobe Bryant not being the rapist that he was accused of being, that eventually got closed and dropped, Gayle King pushed the envelope even further and told Lisa Leslie, yeah, but you wouldn't see that. Why would she think she wouldn't see that? But when everybody got upset with Gayle King for doing what she did, those same people who said that Chris Rock doesn't get a hall pass because he's a comedian flip-flopped and supported Gayle King by saying she's a journalist. That's what journalists do. One thing about me, Jack, I keep notes. Notes help you get smarter. Notes also help you get wiser. So if Chris Rock can't get a hall pass because he's a comedian doing what comedians do, then why did Gayle King get a hall pass for being a journalist doing what journalists do? I'll wait. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Now, that is for those who want to talk about the hall pass for Chris Rock being a comedian. And I'm going to get to my part in a minute. I'm going to get to my take in a minute. I'm just going over all the scenarios that I've seen people put out there. Here's another scenario I've seen people throw out there. Because people supported, said that Chris Rock didn't get a hall pass because he's a comedian, doing it with a comedian. He doesn't get a hall pass, and that's no excuse. He can't hide behind comedian. They also said Will Smith did what he did to protect his wife, to stand up for his wife. Well, why didn't he step up for his wife when this other young kid was banging his wife? If you want, who mostly deserved a slap here? A man who stand on stage and made a joke, or somebody who's been putting yards of dick up in his wife? I'll wait for that too. Liberals. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Who deserved the smack in that situation, in this situation? Somebody who just made a joke about your wife, or somebody who's been banging your wife? I mean, giving her plenty of pipe. You see, the reason why there's a lot of this flip-flop going, folks, is because you got a lot of fake-ass people just being biased. Bias don't help nothing. I can love you all day, but if you're wrong, you're wrong. I can hate you all day, but if you're right, you're right. Unbiased. Most of y'all is the same way when it comes to politics, when it comes to going to the voting poll. You like to vote on who you like instead of voting on the policies, even if the person you don't like has a better policy than the person you do like. And even if you know the person with the better who you don't like has with the better policies, you still won't vote for them. You will still vote for this person who has piss poor policies because you like the individual. This is why the poor stay poor and the rich stays rich, because the rich knows how to wheel and deal. In business, folks, you don't have to like the person you do business with, but you can benefit from them from doing business. This is why you have contracts. 95% of the people you meet are not who they say they are. 95% of the people you meet are not who they say they are. So how do you get to meet that 5%? You have to become the 5%. so that you can attract the 5%ers. You guys are not listening because I'm fading into my own take of this whole thing now. We're so stuck up on drama. We're so much sold on drama. I don't watch none of this shit on TV. The reason why I know it because I get alerts when news come up, breaking news come up, man. The news came up that 5 minutes after Will Smith did, an article came up in my phone. I started reading the article. I'm like, I didn't even know the Oscars was tonight. I never know when these award shows come on. BET, I call it the EBT Awards, the Grammys. I don't know when none of that shit come on. I'm not sitting here cheering on and looking at other people get rich while I'm out here with the rest of y'all living a middle class life. I'm grinding with mine. I'm getting myself ahead. I'm making things happen for my life. I don't have time to sit around and be cheering on anybody who don't even know who the hell I am. Gwendolyn Smith, what I said had nothing to do with mentally corrupt people. You don't have to have a person who is mentally corrupt that you don't like. They ain't got to be, they could have their own thing in legit, in legality and being legit. Doesn't mean that you have to like them because of it. What I'm saying is there are people who are not as fond of other people. They don't have to be mentally corrupt for you to not like them. There are plenty of people that I don't deal with who are not mentally corrupt. So I never said anything about me mentally corrupt. That's something you put out there on your own. I didn't do that. I didn't say that. Jeremy Amin. According to some Rock doesn't get a hall pass as a comedian doing comedian things, but Smith does because he's Smith. He's ridiculous. Well, I've seen. I can say that. I get you, Gwendolyn. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry if I misunderstood, but God bless you. Thank you for the question. I hope I answered you, by the way. I hope I answered your question. So, folks, with that being said, man, as I'm going into my take of this, I don't focus on who's right. I focus on what's right. As adults, most of us now, in my generation, we talking about 40s and 50-year-olds. At some point, things like this should not entertain us anymore. 40s and 50s, things like this should not be entertaining us anymore. And the reason and the purpose of my podcast in stating this is to say these things to y'all. I done covered just about every scenario I done seen out there. Then whether it's the entanglement, who really deserves to be smacked? Man who made a joke or the guy who's banging your wife? Why didn't you step to that guy? Is it because he's gangster? Why not step to that guy? You guys understand what I'm saying? And if Chris Rock doesn't get a pass for being a comedian, then Gayle King shouldn't get a pass for being a journalist for trying to bring up something that's been resolved and closed on Kobe Bryant 2 years ago. You got to stay in the center. You can't be one-sided. Can't be one-sided. And again, I keep those. I hear and I watch what a lot of people say. %98 of them are not consistent. Now, am I saying relating to, if this is this a relation to, I'm not making a comparison from Gayle King's comments about Kobe and Chris Rock's comments about Jada. I'm not making a comparison. Not with them. I'm making a comparison with y'all thinking. Y'all thinking, your mentality. Gwendolyn Swift says she is one-sided, her side. I can dig that. But I am whole-sided. The whole side. That covers every side. The whole side. Because with the whole side, you have to look for the truth. It's called chewing the meat and spitting out the bone. That's how you become wise. You got to face facts that does not support a narrative that you've been carrying around in your fucking head. It's called, you got to wake the fuck up. They use us for everything. When I say they, I'm talking about Big Pharma. I'm talking about the mainstream media. They use us for everything. Everything. That's right, Gwen. They use us for COVID to promote vaccines. Told everybody, Joe Biden said it out of his mouth that black folks should be vaccinated first. No, I don't see color. And it's not about race. But damn it, gotta call a spade because that's exactly what that man said out of his mouth. And you show me anybody else, any other racial people that they use to promote drama, even if it's for ratings or not. You show me any other ethnic group of people on this planet that they use other than us. I'll wait for that too. You know why this happens? The same mentality that people that we are carrying is the same mentality Colin Kaepernick is carrying. Kneeling and shit. He started with the kneeling thing once he lost his starting job as a quarterback. He wanted to stay relevant in my eyes. Next thing you know, the liberals took what he did and monetized it. Monetized it. They always use us. And now they're done with him. They don't even use him anymore. He came out with a documentary claiming, it's a Netflix documentary. I didn't even see it. I saw the first part of it, the little promotional part of it. And I said, man, I'm not watching that shit. He came out with a documentary claiming that the NFL is equivalent to the slave trade. If he believed that, then why is he now trying to get back into the NFL? Pay attention to who you guys are following, people. Pay attention to who you are rallying behind. Because a lot of people you are rallying behind is a piece of shit. The Black Lives Matter. The co-founder of Black Lives Matter buying mansions, take money out of their buying mansions and shit. Allegedly. I gotta use allegedly. And buying mansions in white people's neighborhood where they're supposed to be against the white folks because the white folks is killing the black folks. But she goes by mansions. They said she bought like 4 or 5 different mansions. Then when she got called out on it, shortly after that, she steps down. She resigned. If she's innocent, what she resigned for? Folks, when you're innocent, you stick by your innocence. And you face the turmoil that you're going to face with your innocence. Period. And y'all were following them. Black folks always easy to follow something just because it looks good in front of a TV or a TV camera. We don't look into no policies. We don't do our due diligence. That's why we have the highest consumer debt amongst other race in this country. Over $16 trillion in consumer debt. $1.6 trillion in consumer debt in 1 year. Because we're following the wrong shit. We're not following anybody who's making things happen. We don't know about or following people such as Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. You need to learn who he is. You need to learn about Alonzo Herndon, who was born a slave and later became the first Black millionaire in the city of Atlanta. You need to learn about him. You need to go to Atlanta to visit his home right now. That is now a museum. We don't want to know or follow people like Kiko Davis, the first African-American woman who owns her own bank. How come we not putting these people in social media? I ain't saying. I'm just saying. So with that being said, people, I hope, and I really hope you take this for what it is, what happened with Smith and Rock. I hope you take this and says, you know what? We must do better. Because that's what this is all about. It's about us doing better. It's about us doing better. Because when I see things like this, especially on national TV, I see us falling backwards. We're falling backwards, folks. Big time. We are falling backwards. I've seen people laughing at this all on Twitter. A lot of the pro athletes, other celebrities making jokes of this. Really? Is this really a joke? Is it really a joke? Look at the conditions of how our race is living in this country. And it's not because of the white man. Y'all need to get that shit out your head. Because if it was about the white man, we wouldn't have 7 Black billionaires in this country and over 35,000 Black millionaires in this country today. And I'm not talking about just entertainers and rappers or people with a ball in their hand. I'm talking about business Black people. 35,000 Black millionaires. When there was only about 5 Black millionaires during the time of Dr. Martin Luther King. That's a short period of time that produced a lot of Black millionaires. So you can't blame the white man. Get the hell away from these liberals, because they're killing your inspiration. They're killing your vision, folks. This is why I admire Booker T. Washington, who did not want you to go out here and beg people for what they have, but to go out and create your own businesses. Be a job taker instead of a job maker. Be a job maker instead of a job taker. That's why I admire him. Alonzo Herndon, Michael V. Roberts, Robert Smith. Those two I just named, Black billionaires. Michael V. Roberts owns a hotel that he was segregated of going into. He could not go into this hotel, one of the hotels he owned, because he was Black. He owns it now. Have you guys read about him? Michael V. Roberts? Have you read about Robert Smith? The only reason why most people probably know about Robert Smith is because he paid for Morgan State University, all of the graduates, all of their tuition, all of their student loans. He paid it all off. Only reason why y'all might know about him is because the media gave it to you. See, if the media don't give it to you, you don't know shit. That's a problem. and becomes a problem on top of a problem because your kids are modeling you. They duplicating you. Habits are often caught than taught. Did you guys hear what I just said? Habits are often caught than taught. Stephen Wolf, thank you, Steve Wolf. Appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, folks, do me a favor before we chime up out of here. And I really like you guys chiming in. I really appreciate you guys' comments. I try to highlight all your comments that did comment. If I missed you, I apologize if I missed you. I want to say Rising New Stars. Thank you. I love that name, Rising New Stars. She's watching via YouTube right now. I really, really appreciate you stopping through. I want you guys to just do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Please like, share the video. Share it on YouTube as well. Share it on Twitch. All that good stuff. Listen, folks, everything isn't for everybody. What I've said, I know it's not for everybody. I ain't looking for everybody. I'm only looking for those who see it, who get it. Those who want better for themselves, for their family, and for their community. That's all I strive for. That's all I strive for. Stop believing every goddamn thing in the media. Stop believing every goddamn thing in the media. It's killing your inspiration. And when I tell you, your black folks, you need to get away from these liberals. Yeah, you really do need to get away from these liberals. Am I telling you to go to Republicans? No, I'm not telling you to go to Republicans. I'm telling you to do something for yourself. Now, to be honest with you, Republicans, do they have a better program than liberals? Hell to the yeah. But that's not where I'm trying to direct you. I'm trying to direct you to stand on your own. I'm telling you to stand on your own. Pick up some books and start reading some books. Pick up and read some books. If you don't know what to read, tell me what your vision is. Tell me what your goals are and inbox me. And I will tell you what books you can read to help you with your goals. That's when we turn the goddamn TVs off. How about that? Let's start there. Turn the damn TVs off. As a matter of fact, stop paying your cable bill. Take the cable box, and turn that shit back in. Get rid of that shit. We are a people. Steve Wolf just told it. Exactly, Steve Wolf. We are a people. But unfortunately, you have different ethnic groups who does things that's not hurting them, that's not helping themselves. So when I speak to different ethnic groups, I'm not speaking in the sense of what this group is doing to this group. I'm speaking of what this group needs to be doing for themselves. Because we have nobody else to blame but ourselves. But ourselves. Quintina just said it perfectly. Turn them TVs off and read a book. Read, read, read. Yolanda Treadwell, she just said, tell, lie, vision. Because they lying. So I hope I've covered every scenario in this video. If those of you who came in a little later, you missed it, please start over, watch the video again. You can watch it on YouTube as well. Look me up on YouTube under Jay Hunter Lee, just like my name here. Also, you can go to Twitch. I'm on Twitch as well. We are also live on Twitch and YouTube right now, by the way. On Twitch is Jay Hunter Lee as well. We do have a few people on YouTube and Twitch watching. I think we got like one person on LinkedIn right now watching. Want to say shout out to you guys. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you. So please like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Those of you on YouTube and Twitch, please subscribe. Everybody else, please like and share the video. Another thing I want to ask you to do, folks, if you look on the bottom of the screen scrolling, you'll see that I do ask more small donations for the podcast. $ Jay Hunter Lee. Now, here's the thing. I'm not after your money. I don't need your money. I'm okay there. I only ask for $20 or less. $20 or less. That's all I ask for. Thank you very much, Evan Miller. I appreciate you, man. Always a pleasure, man. That's Gatorade. He used to bring the Gatorade when we out playing ball back in the day. Out there in the hot sun, just playing ball, man. We didn't care about no sun. We was playing. And he had a cooler full of Gatorade available for everybody, man. That's a brother with a big heart right there. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Quintina Lee. I appreciate you. Always a pleasure. Thank you very, very much. So as far as the podcast, listen, as you guys can see, we got a background here now for the podcast. You don't see that window behind me anymore. Backdrop right here is a big backdrop too, so you can't see all of it. You can see most of my one of my company logos here. The other ones you can't see, but you can see Jay Hunter Lee. That's on this side right here. You can see that. But I got other logos of other business logos that I have on here, but you can't see them. But this is big, man. I use this for events that I'm invited to, speaking or something like that. So with that being said, folks, $20 or less. Listen, don't send me $40, $50, $60 because I'm not asking for that much money. If you do, I will reject it and send it back. Why? Because I don't need your money in that sense. I'm only asking you to donate to the podcast, which is only $20 or less. It could be $2, $5, $10, $15, doesn't matter. Just keep it under $20 because I'm not asking. I'm just simply for the podcast. I paid most of the money for this backdrop. A little of it was from the podcast donations. So it works. Okay. I might need a light soon. Oh, who knows? I might need a new camera soon. I got a laptop down here. So never know what I need to, your contributions is very appreciative. So I really appreciate that. So third thing I want you guys to do is the biggest favor of all. And you know what that is? I want y'all to sing like no one can hear you, dance like no one can see you, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a great day.